Hello everybody, Rob the Marcus here, and this is day 4 of Muscle Principles video course. So on the previous lessons we have talked about mindset and nutrition, and we have covered the basics of these two very important topics of bodybuilding. So now we need to move on to more practical stuff, which is training. And in this video I want to share with you some proven training principles that had worked for me and that had worked for other guys who have trained 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. So the question is, a lot of a lot of guys who are new to muscle building are wondering what are the best workout plans, or how to set up a perfect workout plan, or are there any other super effective training schedules that they could follow in order to see results quickly. Well, the reality is that there are no perfect workout plans, and this is this is a big thing a lot of newbies need to realize. You see, with the internet and so on, so many people who are new to fitness, they read these popular bodybuilding magazines, they read articles on these huge bodybuilding websites, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that majority of the stuff that is shared in those popular bodybuilding information sources is aimed at for people who are more advanced. So a lot of new guys who are new to training, they think that if they'll follow a training program that is used by one professional bodybuilder or another, they will get big quick. Well, this is absolute bullshit, because you have to realize that professional bodybuilders, it's bodybuilding is their life. They only eat, train, and sleep. They don't need to go to school, work, or anything else. They have different responsibilities, and they can train intensively. And what works for them doesn't always work for others. So you have to realize that every person is unique, and in order to have the most effective workout plan, you need to follow the proven workout principles, and you need to design a specific workout plan that is based around your goals and your needs. So make sure that you don't follow the workout plans that are used by professional bodybuilders, at least in the beginning. Try to allow your body to adapt to your new lifestyle, and only then you can move on to more complex and advanced stuff. So what you should do? Well, instead of looking for secret super duper workout plans, you should start to look back and see what had worked for others. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Stick to something that works. So look at the guys who have trained 10, 20, 30, 50 years ago. Look at the guys like Schwarzenegger, Zane, Platz. Look, they didn't use isolated machine exercises. They didn't have access to these modern training equipment. All they used is good old dumbbells and barbells, and they were able to develop these amazing physiques without the use of these machines. So your goal here, in order to see some real results, is to start using some good old basic compound exercises. Squats, deadlifts, military presses, bench press, bent over rows, pull-ups, tricep dips, standing bicep curls, these kinds of exercises, because these exercises are proven strength and mass builders. Once you will develop the frame, you can only then move on to these muscle shaping exercises. So here are some guidelines that you should follow. So first of all, allow your body to get used to the intensity. If you're new to bodybuilding, if you're new to fitness, and if you haven't trained for at least 6 months, don't overtrain. Keep it simple. Allow your body to get used to your new lifestyle, and don't jump to heavy weight straight away, because you must realize that everyone has to start somewhere. And I've noticed that a lot of guys who are new to fitness, they are afraid to go to free weights area, because they think that they look stupid and embarrassed in front of more experienced gym users if they won't lift heavy weights. And by lifting heavy weights, they don't use proper form, they get injured and they quit. So you must realize that everyone has to start somewhere. And make sure that you allow your body to get used to the intensity. So when you will be performing these basic compound exercises, try to do no more than 3 to 4 sets per exercise, and also don't do a lot of repetitions, because if you'll be doing more than 12, more than 13 repetitions, you'll be working on your muscular endurance, and you want to make sure that you stimulate muscle growth, not endurance of the muscle. So keep the repetitions low, from 4 to 8. For me personally, 6 is the perfect number. Also, this is a really interesting concept I have just learned about. I was reading some articles at tmuscle.com, and Christian Thibodeau shared his ideas on how trainees have to think about each set. So basically, don't just perform the exercise just to do it. You have to feel the exercise. You have to feel the muscles working, and this is something that guys from the good old days, like Arnold, they used to say that about this. They used to talk about this mind-body connection. So try to think about the way you execute the exercise and try to feel the movement. And finally, try to work at 70 to 80% of the intensity, because like I said earlier, you want to focus on the development of strength and power, because this what stimulates muscle growth. Instead of using light weights and stimulating muscular endurance, you need to work at 70 to 80% of intensity. So there are a couple of principles of sport that are used in any kind of sport: basketball, baseball, anything. So, and one of them is FIT, and FIT stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. And basically, how this applies to muscle building? Well, if you will follow the same training principles for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, your body will adopt to this, and you won't be stimulating your body, and by doing so you will slow down the progress. So in order to don't allow your body to adopt your training regime, you have to apply the principle of FIT. So you have to increase the frequency of the amount you train per week. So instead of using a 3-day workout plan, you can use a 4-day workout plan. You can also increase the intensity, time, and type of your training. So the type of the training will change according to your goals and needs. So once you will gain the amount of muscle that you want to gain, you can possibly move on to circuit training or aerobic training. It's up to you to decide. So the key idea here is to never allow your body to adopt to a training regime. And now I'll try these YouTube tech skills, and I'll try to put a link to my other video where I share with you a proven workout plan that I have used. But for now, let's finish off this presentation, and the final idea that I wanted to share with you is about tomorrow. So on the previous 3 days and today, we have covered the basics. Tomorrow I'm gonna share with you some proven and effective fat loss strategies that you could use once you will gain the amount of muscle that you want. The reality is that even if you'll gain high quality lean muscle mass, you will still gain some body fat at the same time. So once you will gain as much muscle mass as you want, you will want to tone up and improve your conditioning. So I will share some proven strategies that you can use in order to improve your conditioning, and we'll do so tomorrow. So thanks for watching. If you're watching this video on YouTube, click the link on the description box, or if you're watching this video on my blog, click the link below for more advanced muscle building strategies. So that's it for now. Take care and have a nice day.